gently asked Gina if she felt unwell, why her face looked so pale. But Gina knew. Her mother had placed all her hopes on her. She dared not tell the truth. So she lied, saying it was just stress from studying. Her mother finally relaxed, then turned and left, not wanting to disturb her daughter. But Gina still couldn't believe she was pregnant, thinking she must have eaten too much, which caused her belly to enlarge. So she stayed locked in her room all day, eating nothing, not even a sip of water. Yet her belly remained. Finally, with a nervous heart, she went to a pharmacy and bravely bought a pregnancy test. Returning home, she took the test. Seeing a single red line, her heart finally relaxed. Joy overflowed. She had thought it impossible to be so unlucky. However, as she stood up, preparing to throw the test away, she looked down and saw a second red line appear. She felt as if struck by lightning. The pregnancy test fell to the floor. She kept muttering, "This can't be real. Surely, the test must be defective." So she immediately went to another pharmacy and bought a new pregnancy test. But the result was still 2 lines. She really was pregnant. Gina felt an unprecedented panic. Her eyes filled with endless despair. Not knowing what to do, Gina called Jack to meet her at the park to tell him she was pregnant. She thought that after that night, they were already in a relationship. But when Gina asked Jack how he felt about their relationship, Jack scoffed, then asked Gina, "So you called me out at this hour just to ask this?" He said they were about to take the college entrance exam. Talking about this now was a waste of time. They should focus entirely on studying. Jack's words made Gina deeply sad, clutching the pregnancy test tightly. After much thought, Gina decided not to tell Jack she was pregnant. Forcing a smile, she told him to get back to studying. Then she turned and left. That night, Gina sat blankly on her bed, then took the pregnancy test from her pocket. Staring at the glaring 2 red lines, Gina could no longer hold back and burst into tears. For her, about to take the college entrance exam, being pregnant now would completely ruin her future. Thinking of this, Gina decided to secretly terminate the pregnancy. The next afternoon, Gina went to the hospital right after school, but looking at her school uniform, she felt it was inappropriate. So she hurried home, and from her mother's wardrobe, picked out a more mature-looking outfit, then sat at the dressing table, picked up her mother's makeup, and applied a glamorous look. Once everything was ready, she went out to the gynecology hospital again. Even though she dressed more maturely, she was still only a 19-year-old high school student. Naturally, facing this for the first time made her scared. So when the nurse called her name, Gina didn't respond, and ultimately ran out. Leaving the hospital, Gina sat helplessly on a park bench. Then, unexpectedly, she suddenly felt the baby move. Shocked, Gina became even more frightened. She broke down and went to find Jack, telling him she was pregnant, asking Jack what to do. Jack was shocked, eyes wide. He never expected that just once could lead to this.